And welcome back to week 3 of Dragon League at Ascension eSports. I'm Kane Wolf, and I'll be casting Game 2 of Olympus Gaming versus Random Number Generator. This time they've swapped sides, so Random Number Generator is going to be on blue side this time. And they started out banning Vi. Vi banned once again, if I'm not wrong. Lee Sin, another ban. Not sure about the Lee Sin. That could be a target ban, but LeBlanc being banned out. They were quite annoyed with Keckle playing LeBlanc there, I can tell. But a second ban does go to LeBlanc on Random Number Generator. Meanwhile, Olympus Gaming choosing their second ban here. They're running out of time. Hopefully they choose. Otherwise, that'll be a ban forfeited. Oh, then they banned Corky to ban out Schlid. So target bans right there. And they decide to target ban each other there. Meanwhile, third ban's coming around here. Overall, going over last game, I'd have to say that Random Number Generator managed to push their advantages when they had it, but when they didn't, they kind of just let the game fall back into Olympus Gaming's hands. And unfortunately, Olympus Gaming did the same exact thing. Ended up being a hot game of hot potato, as you can call it, with them passing the leads to each other, but eventually, Random Number Generator does take their advantage and push it all the way in and end up winning with a very strong team fight at the end. Roik going to be playing that Nautilus top lane. Meanwhile, Renekton and Singed being covered here. Not so sure about the Singed if they really want Singed jungle. I mean, it's not that you can't do it, but it certainly isn't meta. But if they can make it work, we'll see. But they're still hovering it for now. Looks like they decide to go with Renekton in top lane for Hams. And Tita Minute looks like he's gonna pick up that Kha'Zix. Meanwhile, Funky Twinkie and Schlids will be making their choices. Funky Twinkie does end up hovering over Rengar here, but not so sure whether Rengar would be really a good choice. Rengar, I believe, got nerfed a couple patches back, slightly. But in this meta where, lethality is strong, he can definitely work. But looks like Schlid is hovering that. Ezreal unlocks it in. Funky Twinkie might be going up to the Zac, so they end up picking Zac for Funky Twinkie. So it looks like Keckle and Shino Sensei are going to be picking their champions here in a second. They seem to be deliberating a little bit here. Keckle did get his LeBlanc banned. He performed quite well on it. Fortunately, not well enough to carry his whole team, but did well enough, to say the least. Tom Kench being picked up by Keckle, and Shino Sensei getting Ziggs. Is that Ziggs 80 carry again? Are we coming back to Ziggs 80 carry before lethality got buffed? Kekko grabs Tom Kench there. I'm dyslexic and Hopalicious up now. They did ban Varus and Nidalee. Not sure about the Nidalee ban, but you know, Nidalee is strong in the right hands, but I don't know whether Nidalee really was worth being banned per se. But Varus, I can see Varus is a decent choice, and it looks like they're gonna flex that Nautilus top lane. Looks like they're gonna flex it as a support instead. Meanwhile, Orianna going to be going on Schlid. I'm dyslexic is going to be playing Ezreal, and Roik will be playing Poppy. And as for the last pick by Navosi, we'll find out what they decide to do here. Overall, their team comp is very tanky. For random number generator, they are a bit magic damage heavy. Zac does some magic damage. Nautilus and Orianna do magic damage as well. So that is going to be happening. Navosi does end up picking Caitlyn, and it looks like Kekko will be supporting with Tom Kench, while Chino Sensei will be playing Caitlyn. Chino Sensei playing Caitlyn, Navosi playing Tom Kench, and then Kekko on Ziggs. So no Ziggs AD carry once again. I'm sorry. That's no longer a thing. Lethality got buffed, but on blue side we will have random number generator with Roik playing Poppy, Zac on Funky Twinkie on Zac, Schlid on Orianna. I'm dyslexic playing Ezreal, and Hopalicious with the Nautilus. Meanwhile, on red side is gonna be Olympus Gaming with aka Hams on Renekton, T-Dominant playing Kha'Zix, Kekko is gonna be playing on Ziggs, Chino Sensei with Caitlyn, and Navosi playing the Tom Kench. We'll be right back while we wait for the game to go into spectator delay, and we will be back in just a moment. And we're loaded in. This is game 2 of Olympus Gaming versus Random Number Generator. I am going to be your caster, Kane Wolf. And this is game 2. Game 1 did go to
Summoner's Rift.
Random Number Generator. They won the first game in about 33 minutes, if I'm not wrong. So we'll see if they can get the 3 points out of this match. Meanwhile, standard start here. Gonna be happening here for both teams. Bot side gonna be leashing for their jungler. The matchup is gonna be Poppy versus Renekton. Poppy a lot more relevant late game than Renekton, but Renekton can snowball ahead
Minions have spawned.
And stay ahead, but if he doesn't get the ball rolling, it's gonna hurt him pretty hard. Renekton does not do so well late game compared to Poppy. Meanwhile, Zac provides plenty of utility as a tank CC jungler. TW playing Kha'Zix is not bad. Kha'Zix can always ride the top assassin. If someone as mobile as Ezreal, just looks like playing the Ezreal there. It can be hard to catch the enemy team, especially with peel. They have plenty of peel on Slid being able to slow Olympus as well, being able to snare people. Roy being able to slow as well and stun. They got plenty of peel to disengage. Heckle does have the long range execute with Mega Inferno Bomb. It might be pretty hard to get on this game. Plenty of poke going down as an OC, but I'm just looking for the takes a fair bit of damage, but a little bit more on OC, but as a support, you want to be soaking up the damage for your ADC rather than letting your ADC get poked down. It's kind of out of position. Just lets him run the steal to save Olympus, and they managed to get the kill on OC. So game 2 not starting out too well for Olympus Gaming. I'm dyslexic. Let's not get the kill. Olympus does, unfortunately, get the kill, but an assist is an assist, and gold is gold. First blood does go to Olympus. So looking at the mid lane matchup, Slid versus Heckle. Heckle has a lot of poke, but can kind of wave clear pretty well. In terms of wave clearing, they're both pretty even. Slight advantage, in my opinion, but that's how I see it. In bot lane, it's kind of a tough call. I think that Roik pin and the dash against the wall, but stops him from dashing in to get some retaliatory damage. The W. Kettle is running low on mana, but he does get picked up by Schlitt just a little bit. Roy queuing back up with back to the and dying if I believe I'm not wrong here. Still has a fast sitting on that longsword, and last pot to the longsword pot stuff. Looks like he'll take this opportunity to actually go back, buy a couple items.
Headshot.
Hopefully be able to make something happen top. Meanwhile, 2020 is coming in. Tries to catch. Hams does come in. Does kill. That's a good stun. Nivosi could not get the stun on. It's just the tongue lash does not go through. He almost goes down. He does go down, but he still has that passive. Unfortunately, Nivosi gets plenty of damage and dies. Or I'm sorry, to Olympus. But he doesn't jumps and leaps and flashes away from that to get away with his life. But Roy ends up taking putting plenty of damage on top tower. He's down to half health by now. So that teleport, while giving Hams that kill, did kind of put him at a disadvantage. That was his teleport over. Rourke will have his up in a couple about a minute or a couple seconds, and then put his tower at that. So it looks like Heckle is getting that debuff from TW very graciously. I'll get to makes his way towards it. Might be looking for a play, but I think he's just gonna be chicken. Just be done with it. Be done with it. Playing it risky here. Pretty low health. I don't know if he can survive that fight with the red buff. I think he has to back off and run away with his wings. Unfortunately, heal himself. Even though his smite does not heal as much as it used to. He's just gonna have to back off and go back a couple items and then look to get red buff again. Getting hit by that bouncing. Chino Sensei getting a little bit quick from the farm slightly in the advantage of Chino Sensei. He hasn't died at all, so he's had time to farm. Not a huge lead. Keko does get caught out of position. Seal the deal. Knocks him up with the elastic slingshot, and then walks away. Chino Sensei that's bounce. Everyone will bounce, but unfortunately, probably just couldn't get the ult early enough, and Chino Sensei managed to get away with it. So they'll just clear out the wards in the area. And this dragon is up. I want me to play for it just yet. And Schwid is farming quite well. 88 to 65. Top lane is probably in favor of Drake, as like I said, early game is where Winston shines, and if you can't get the lead, he is kind of great power by Olympus to save something. Manages to keep his team alive there, his teammate alive. His partner is probably gonna play at risk here, but but the low C manages to put enough damage. And this is going to teleport in to get that kill on Olympus. So they trade 2 for 1. Not really a good trade for random number generator, but this game is trying to make this work out in their favor this time. They're just going to take a little bit of turret aggro here. There's a little bit too much turret aggro. They're trying to poke down that tower since looks like Royk might be able to get that first tower, but Dominant is trying to save it and manages to use his flash to try to get away. He's just does manage to that anchor. Drift lines, the pulls, Hams to his death. So they don't end up getting the tower, and they end up giving up 2 kills. This is exactly what happened essentially in the first game. Essentially, they kind of traded advantages here and there. One team would get a good play happening, and then the other would just get a good play, and then instead of taking their advantage and give up their advantage here, back and forth to each other. Like I said, they were playing hot potato. Funky Twinkle is hiding in that bush, but keep it not enough though. We'll see those get top directly at the end. Publicious is catching a little bit of help, but not enough to kill Nagosi. Nagosi's sitting in the back. Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, Hams is sitting at half. Trying to fight Royk. Plenty of damage now. As Sunfire, or Amy Cinder is gonna get some extra damage while he's in range. That dash from Royk, Poppy's the massive charge. I'm sorry, not massive charge, it's heroic charge. It's not Garen. The heroic charge does keep him in range of damage for like 1 or 2 seconds. That's extra damage. Mostly he's gonna get caught by it's just his ult and the I'm dyslexic. Royk is gonna try and kill Hams, but unfortunately Hams is just give himself that bonus health. And last Ascension came priority to get that Ocean Dragon. Keckle did try to steal it with the Mega Inferno Bomb, but unfortunately not enough. And this looks like it's going to give that gold to Slid. Can do at this point. Almost dying to do it. This might give himself that heal. And then he has to back here once again. Top tower is looking pretty mighty low for this random number generator. Could easily make a push with Poppy. Roik, like I said, being able to stay well back from as he could not get advantage on. Keckle does manage to kill the tower with Satchel Charge. As you know, now can execute towers. Quite silly, but it is what it is. We'll make it work. Execute again once again. Dropping both Keckle, or I'm sorry, Sensei, and Keckle ends up dying as well. Or, I'm sorry. Keckle and Nabosi get caught by Schlid's ult, and dies soon after from Twinkie. Looks like they're gonna make that man trick shot. They're gonna put fun in the game. He doesn't have to flash away, but it's sneaking up. Looks like they get that. Throwing his Mega Inferno Bomb. Kept many people in to might be able to get back almost all his health. No one being able to, everyone was focusing on Hams and trying to save him. They managed to kill I'm Dyslexic. So Olympus Gaming does trade 1-for-1, but they do lose Hams as a result of that fight.
Go to the face.
At this point, Hams is probably their best, not best, but I should say most sped player. Since that he's got plenty of fun. He's also got 2 kills, whereas the rest of this team overall and got assists or the only other person with a kill, I believe, is Lucy, and support getting kills isn't exactly the best. And T-Dominant has 1 kill, so 12-5 right now, coming up on 20 minutes, and it looks like Carol's going to inspire. Baron in about 2 seconds. We'll see who gets the Baron. Meanwhile, Ocean Drake, they still have the first Ocean Drake on random number generator. Next dragon should be coming up in about a minute or 2. The Carol does go back to the void as it normally does. Olympus Gaming looking to ward around and make a push. They're gonna 3-man push the tower. Trying to put damage on it. 3-shot barrage does almost kill him. Gets caught by that last time. Keckle gets caught by the red shot, or red shot. The trade looks like 2 towers in time. But it is their inhibitor power that's going to possibly go down here as they have 5 minutes and they'll get mid-inhibitor goes down for Olympus Gaming, and looks like they'll back off here. Next Dragon is coming up in about 30 seconds. Looks like they're going to finish into that. Get ready. Random generator in the lead. Quite a decent amount. About 6,000 ahead, and several kills as well. So it looks like if this game doesn't make a play happen, or stall it out, and hope for a misplay or macro misplay. Stealthing, jumping. Funky just the left shot and that's the break. Next Dragon's gonna go to or next Dragon is gonna be Ocean Dragon, and that'll be looks like they're just gonna push without their minions and try and push as much damage as they can before people respawn. They've already got that power down, or that inhibitor. It looks like they're just gonna take that Publish splashes to get out. People putting good amount of shoot to make it fun. Not enough. So the only objective available right now is to either push the towers or pretty much eliminated most of the outer towers. The only ones left standing on the Spain side is going to be top tier 2, or bot tier 2 already got pushed in earlier, and then they already took the inhibitor mid, so we're gonna have to make a play top side eventually, as Baron is up. Olympus Gaming, I don't know how they're gonna turn this around. There's a pause here. Looks like there might be an issue. Let's see here. Looks like there's some personal issues, so they're gonna get 5 minutes total of pause time, or as the rules state, it's either 5 minutes total, or if they don't use up their 5 minutes, there's only 3 pauses per team. So looks like they're gonna have to let me see here. Yeah, it is 3 pauses total. Not 4. It is three pauses with total 5 minutes. Whichever one runs out first is going to be what happens. So if you use up your 3, you get no more pauses. Or if you use up 5 minutes total, you lose all your pauses remaining. So looks like 1.5 minutes has elapsed. So we'll see if oh, it looks like everyone's all set and ready to go. Play will resume. Alright, and we're back finally. Looks like the issue has been sorted out, so let's see here. I'd have to say this game is happen probably around Baron, if they're gonna come back. Stalling out, unfortunately, they don't have a top lane who's extremely relevant. not work out there. Great team fight to set it all up. Sentinel has to try and defend that mid tower. Or their base gets overrun by super minions. Sentinel does still not really have much ability right now to kill anyone. Only I'm not so sure about the rushing of. Well, I guess he would rush Arena Circuit, but he doesn't even have 2 items built, whereas I'm Dyslexic has the Triforce and more mana finally fully stacked. So he does have the other Rune King set up and ready to go. He's got both halves of it. Hubble is just hooking Funky just catching pretty much all of Rune's game in a nice little tight spot there. He does have that GA, so if anything happens, he will be revived before his passive goes down. Unfortunately, Ascension gets caught up. Ace on this lets him kill him first, and then the second, Nexus towers go down. This is 2 games to nothing, going in favor of random number generator. Random generator wins quite handily. Both games at around the same time, within 5 minutes of each other. 33 minutes for the first game and 26 minutes in the second. This time they steamrolled a little bit harder. They just came up a lot quicker. They came online and built their items all up and just got into really good team fights. Unfortunately, Olympus Gaming just could not do it. They couldn't find the key to the game and make that comeback. They couldn't hold out. Unfortunately, with Baron empowered minions crashing in and the buff, it's just quite a mountain to overcome. The gold lead just ballooned out of control, and you get what you see here. I mean, MVP of this game, I'm gonna have to say, belongs to Funky Twinkie, making plays everywhere along the map, just jumping in and out of fights and then getting kills here and there, and doing work overall. Funky Twinkie gets my vote for player of the game this time around. So that's all I have for you today. I'm Kane Wolf. This has been Ascension eSports, and we'll see you next week.